My first thought at SummerSlam, and I almost wanted to like write to you guys, even though I sent you a couple messages, Ryan, during the show. My first thought
Oh,
was,
thanks. I see how
okay,
it is.
Randy's the heel. I'm sorry, man, but I mean, like, you're from Canada and everything, so
I know.
Ryan's closer to me, I guess.
Them
So,
frequent flyer messages, how do they work?
you know, I still love you, man.
I know, I love
But
you too. But that's for the podcast after dark.
exactly, we're not doing that yet.
I'm staying out of this
but-
one.
Yeah, please do. But at least to me, I was worried. But the fact that they were doing the whole coronation thing and all that, I definitely did get an Evolution vibe. And I kind of was worried at the end, like you guys, because I was like, yes, it's great. Now we have well-established heels. We have people that have a history with, we have Randy Orton, Triple H, Stephanie, Vince, and all that. But where does this all go? Because you have the people in charge of the company taking over the show. So, at least for me, I was like, well, theoretically, they could just do whatever they want. They did that exactly, against Dolph, against Big Show, and all that. But where does this all go? Where do you guys think it's going? Because honestly, it's definitely going to be the title chase for Daniel Bryan. But without John Cena, CM Punk's still doing the whole Paul Heyman thing. How are they going to do this whole corporation against Daniel Bryan and not have it go stale?
I mean, it worked against Stone Cold, right? Back in the day.
Yeah. I mean, this definitely, has a lot of similarities to the Stone Cold McMahon feud, as well as the old corporation, and so Daniel Bryan's kind of got a little bit of Austin and Foley in this role. But you mentioned how they're going to do it without John Cena. It's almost kind of good timing for John Cena because they have such a strong storyline going on while he's gone. I mean, if he had to go, I would say this is the best time for him. You're not going to feel you're not going to feel him gone as much, I feel like, because they have, it seems like they've got a long-term plan going.
It's interesting that you brought up Mick Foley there because, like, thinking back, that's kind of exactly what, like, Mick Foley's main event role was. Like, going against Triple H, who was, like, the king of the McMahon-Helmsley regime back in the day, and then being the underdog that always kind of got beat up but always got back up, and then, like, that produced one of the greatest matches of all time as far as I'm concerned, the street fight between Triple H and Cactus Jack at the Royal Rumble in 2000.
And not to mention the whole thing with not looking like the typical WWE champion too.
Exactly.
That's a lot where
Daniel Bryan has a good Mick Foley look going on right now, in complete honesty.
Today I was just kind of thinking, and it kind of dawned on me, like, you could almost look at today and think of, Attitude Era you had, it's Austin, The Rock, Mankind. And today it's like John Cena could kind of be what The Rock is, Punk is kind of what Austin is, and Bryan can kind of be the Mick Foley role. So you kind of have that trio again.
But it's depressing when you think about the fact that The Rock is still there. So The Rock could kind of still be The Rock, really.
Well, let's not. We've already spoken too much about The Rock by saying his name 2 times. But
True.
I definitely agree with the whole Daniel Bryan thing and Mick Foley, because even though they have completely different styles, that's exactly why he plays that role. Because when you saw Mick Foley wrestle, you knew you weren't going to get, the technical match. You knew exactly the type of match you were going to get. It's the same thing with, like, Daniel Bryan and Rey Mysterio. You know you're going to get, the really technical, crazy match with Daniel Bryan, with Rey Mysterio, get all the high-flying stuff. And to me, the match at SummerSlam, I thought it told a great story. I think the match could have been better. I think, not really sure how, but just I felt the match told the story, which is what mattered. The fact that how it ended, Cena didn't tap out. The fact that the smaller guy, John, was able to just pin cleanly Daniel Bryan, with just that running knee just right in the face. That was crazy. There were gifs immediately online. The fact that the small 5'8" guy was able to beat Cena like that, at least to me, solidified the fact that they have a long thing coming for him, because they could have figured out any type of way to, do like a roll-up victory or fluke victory. But no, here was Daniel Bryan pinning Cena cleanly, getting the title, and he got the celebration. Even though, we got the whole Randy Orton thing after, he still got the celebration. We still saw, the whole, hey, mom and dad. You saw the person, Daniel Bryan.
Yeah. And, like, just thinking about it, when was the last time John Cena got pinned clean? Was it The Rock at last year's WrestleMania?
The fact that we have
is
to
a good
pause
question.
is
Yeah.
probably, yeah.
Like, that's crazy. Like, that it's so freaking nuts that Daniel Bryan pinned John Cena cleanly. Like, that whole thing just blows my mind. Like, how much can you show that you are behind Daniel Bryan as the WWE company than pinning John Cena clean? Because that just doesn't happen.
And it was unexpected.
Yeah, exactly. Because I'm hoping that's sort of the debut of that new finisher for him. That's his alternate finisher as opposed to his no lock or yes lock.
Or whatever it is this week.
So, yeah. I mean, what yeah, and what better way to have credibility for it than the first time it's used that you beat John Cena clean with it. So, I'd like to see him use that more often because it is a solid finisher and, certainly looks effective. And I'm judging that he actually hit Cena based on what his eye looked like the next day on Raw.
Yeah, no kidding. Ooh, that was a stinger.
Yeah. And the cool thing is he can pull that move on anyone. Kind of, he can put Big Show down on his knee, or Mark Henry, then, run to the ropes, bam, he got him. It's not always that submission finisher, and it's the same reason why I've always been upset at the fact that Dolph Ziggler still has the zigzag. I thought he was going to do like the sweet chin, because it's out of nowhere. You don't expect that. And that knee, you don't expect that powerful knee coming from a guy like Daniel Bryan. And the fact that what you said, Ryan, he did it on Cena first. Just by doing that alone, he already solidified that move in WWE 2K14. Like, the people are probably pissed that move's not in the game. It's probably not going to be DLC, so we got to wait till next year or something. But it's a great way to immediately make a move powerful.